What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the Build a Trader YouTube channel. In this video I'll be doing a weekly outlook. So we're going to start things off here with the news for this week. On Monday we have Australian dollar news for when we have a monetary policy meeting minutes, and then we have PPI on Tuesday at 5:30 a.m. producer price index. On Wednesday we have CAD CPI and USD core retail sales. And then later that afternoon, we have a FOMC meeting, followed later that evening by unemployment change and unemployment rates for the Australian dollar. Then Thursday and Friday, we have just a few FOMC members speaking, and that's really it in terms of news this week. So now, if you're new to this channel and this is your first video that you're watching, I go through the pairs that I trade as well as Bitcoin. So the first pairs we're starting with are the Nasdaq 100, USD CAD, Australian dollar, and like I just said, Bitcoin. So first things first, Nasdaq 100. So we're going to start on the weekly time frame here. Last week closed bearish. You'll see that we made a move up and got rejected as shown by this wick rejection, and then closed bearish. Let's dive down to a lower time frame. If you watch the last weekly outlook video, you can see that I did say we were looking for a pullback and potentially a continuation up. And it did push bullish. However, it created a double top slash a lower high in this region here. Okay, so we have a lower high. Market pushed and broke this low point. Now there's two things that I'm looking at for the Nasdaq 100 for this week. Okay, I'm gonna illustrate this with the arrows. So we're on the 12-hour time frame here. We can clearly see this is a lower high, and just broke this level, this higher low, this previous higher low, and made a lower low point. Now this is what I'm seeing in terms of the Nasdaq and price movement. So I would like to see a pullback up to here, and for possible continuation sell, or it could come up even higher. The Nasdaq likes to have steep retraces, so it could come up to 1500, 15,000 even before rejecting and going lower. And we could see something like this, attempting this level and coming up again and then going, or perhaps something else. Perhaps, so I'm seeing this situation and then perhaps a retest situation like that. Sorry, remove this arrow. I'm seeing something like this, down, perhaps a pullback, right? We could either shoot up or possibly make a move like that, higher low, higher high, and continue trending bullish. Now those are the two situations I see. I know that was a little messy because the arrows, but let's drop down to one lower time frame. Everything is really dependent on two things here. One, if this level holds, then we will see a bounce. However, if there's enough bearish momentum and this level breaks, then we could see a 600 point drop, possibly even a 1,000 point drop down to 13, between 13,400 and 1,300 if 1,400 breaks. All right, so this is a really interesting situation. I'm not sure in terms of bias right now, in terms of trading bias. If you were to take a trade, I'm not sure which direction it would go. I would need to see it come down to this level first and see if we get a rejection, push up, or I would need to see a retracement to retest and possibly continue bearish. We'll see what happens on this Monday open and see how the rest of the week goes. Next pair, USD CAD, the old loony. So last week here on the Canadian dollar, it was bearish, it was pushing down until on Friday we had a change in market, well, Thursday, but change in momentum and direction, which made the Canadian dollar respect this level and start pushing bullish, right? So here in this area, before this happened, we were looking bearish, right? Because we're at this level, failed to make a higher high, made a lower high, and it was supposed to make a lower low point, which it tried, which is illustrated by that wick. This wick here on the 12-hour time frame. This wick here on the 12-hour time frame is an indication that the price tried to make a lower low but failed to. Okay, so let's take a look at that here. We're on the 2-hour time frame. we were bearish, and the overall market sequence that I'm supposed to do was go. See, made a lower high, low, lower high, and really it was supposed to do something like this, right? But it didn't. Instead, we got some weird fake out candle, broke out, that broke back in. Basically the same exact movement each way before pushing bullish up here. Okay, take these arrows and I'll keep explaining. So since price failed to make a lower low and ended up creating that strong wick on an area of structure, let me back up, on the 12-hour time frame, this is previous resistance, now turns support, which is also market structure. This red, where the red line is, this level of support, and where the blue line is, this level of support, are areas of market structure, right? This is the minor level and major level. If this blue line breaks, then it's obviously clearly no longer bullish, and if this red line breaks, then support is broken, and things are looking a bit hairy if this level doesn't hold. But aside from that, the Canadian dollar, we should continue bullish for the rest of this week is what I'm seeing based off of the higher time frames, and we can see here on the 4-hour this strong bullish engulfing candle. I do see a pullback down to that level, just 2715, or down even to 2700, before continuing higher, creating a higher low down there, and then going for a higher high at around this resistance here, 2835, which would be 100 pips from where we closed last week. Let me show you 130 pips from 270. Next we have AUD/USD. That is all I'm seeing for USD CAD. Just a bullish continuation, pullback continuation. Next, AUD/USD. I am seeing a bearish continuation here. Finally, we got that bearish price action. These last 2 weeks I've been saying AUD/USD should be coming down, and it looks like it is now. However, it can still push bullish, but based off the daily time frame here, we see we hit this daily area of supply and had this major wick rejection off of it. If we go down to a lower time frame here, we'd see that overall the trend was bearish, right? See, this is a downtrend, and here this would be, with less noise, this would be a retracement. That's what I'm seeing this as. So made lower highs and lower lows at this point. Then here we're making higher highs and higher lows. However, the trend is still down, right? Right where we have this area of supply is an area of resistance. This is market structure. This is a level of previous support, now turned resistance. So we have this strong area of here where price ultimately rejected from. And we can see how the next 12-hour candle opened and closed. It pushed bullish at first, then rejected, and is now coming back down. So for this particular pair on AUD/USD, I do see price dropping down to 706, which is 70 pips. And then if that level breaks, where this blue line is, 706, that level breaks, we should see 700. Now 700 is a major level here. This was the previous low a few weeks ago. Then 2 weeks ago, this is where price failed to break and retrace from up to these highs we've had these last 2 weeks. So if 700 breaks, and that's what I'm expecting, 700 breaks, we should see that bearish move down to 687, 685 area, which I've been saying on my weekly outlooks for weeks. However, if this does not happen, which I'm pretty sure this is going to happen now, the price action is basically screaming it, in my opinion. But if this doesn't happen, then we could see it just continue trending higher. You know, it comes down, hits this level, fails to break, and then comes up after these highs back into this zone and potentially pushes higher. That's all I'm seeing on AUD/USD. I am expecting a bearish push. Next and last but not least is Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin here is rejecting from the 46,000 area, the 45,000 area that I had said last week. Okay, it had a major retracement from its lows, which was at 33,000, shot up to 46,000, so that was a $13,000 move. And some people would be thinking it's bullish now, but it's still not, because nothing has changed in terms of higher time frame trend and price action. It's just a lower time frame retracement. You can see that we did respect this previous lower high. Where these two levels are at are two highly confluent areas, highly strong areas of resistance and market structure. So price would have to break this area with a lot of volume in order for the momentum to change and the trend to change. But we can clearly see that that is not happening. You can see how the weekly is closing in 6 hours, or creating a bit of an indecision candle. However, it is bearish and created a long seller or buyer's exhaustion wick, indicating that sellers in the market and that we are rejecting from that area, and we should come down. Bitcoin, I am seeing prices come down to 30K, and then if 30K breaks, which we are expecting, I'm expecting to 20K. So I do see Bitcoin coming down to 30K and possibly even breaking 30K this week or in the next 2 weeks. But that's it for my weekly breakdown video, guys, and hope you guys got a lot of value and enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.